Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. This time it's a full Celtic Cross Love Tarot spread that I'm doing for you. I've made 3 readings here. They're all timeless, so whenever you're getting to it is good. The crystal, the flower, and the shell. For each one of them I've made a deeper dive as well. So if you find that it is your story, or could be a story, you might want to get that extended reading to go with it. In the extended reading, I will reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic Cross spread, and I'll also be getting all of my romance decks out as well to give you further clarity on it all, and be finding out how this might all play out along with possible timelines for that. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of each of these readings you'll see a link that pops up there. You can find a link for that extended reading, the deeper dive, in the description box and in the comments box as well, where you can also find your timestamps to jump ahead to your reading. And so all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? This is selenite. Would you like the flower, orchid, or the shell? So with the crystal, we've got the Tarot of Mystical Moments deck. With the flower, we've got the Muse Tarot, and with the shell, we have the Starchild Tarot there. So take your pick now. Click on the timestamps below to get to your reading. Don't forget to click like on this video as well as you're watching. Leave a comment. I love hearing from you, how it's resonating with you, what you're getting from it. Thank you to all my subscribers for your ongoing support of my channel. You're all very much appreciated. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider clicking that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I make 3 of these Love Pick a Card reads a week. I do a daily energy update for the collective every single day of the year, and I go live 3 times a week in a live show called Psychic Cafe. I would love to see you in that. You can see it laying in waiting on my YouTube channel so that you can find out when it is in your time zone for the next show, and you can also click on set a reminder there as well, so you get a reminder you can come along live. I do mini reads in there, so come along sometime. Would love to read for you. So enjoy your reading. I will see you in there. So if you chose the crystal and the Tarot of Mystical Moments, then this one's for you. Let's do your love reading, and I'm doing a full Celtic Cross spread for you. And as usual, there's going to be a deeper dive to this, so there's an extended reading that goes with it. In the extended reading, I will be revealing the outcome card or cards from this Celtic Cross spread. I'll also be pulling out my love cards for some extra bonus cards there, and I'll be going into any clarification that needs to happen for what has come out in this reading as well. I'm just going deep into it all. I'll also be going into how this might all play out along with possible timelines for that. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading you'll see a link that pops up there. You can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get on with it. Let's get on with your tarot spread, this full Celtic Cross. See what we've got for you, crystals. What do they want to tell you about your love life at the moment? 8 of Wands. Interesting. So this is all about the 8 of Wands energy, meaning that this is about the work that you've been putting in. You know, relationships is all about that inner work that we put in, first of all, right? Loving ourselves. It's also finding out about ourselves, knowing ourselves, learning relationship skills. It's about how easily we let go of baggage that we get from relationships, how we process previous relationships and all of that. You see in this card, she's kind of flying quite high because she's got a lot of umbrellas there. She's got a lot of knowledge under her hat because of all that work that she's been putting, the life experiences that she's had, and now she's flying as a result of it. So she's lighter as a result of it. Now, when we're talking about relationships, we actually feel heavier as a result of it, don't we? We start out like naive and open-hearted as teenagers. We have our first love experience, and then it all goes downhill from there. And hopefully, like, it seems like a curve to me, so it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. We build up that baggage, and then we learn how to let go, and it gets better and better and better. So hopefully, it feels to me like this card is saying that you're over that hill now. It's going to get better and better and better. If you're putting the work in, you're going to get the results back, is what this card is saying. So what's crossing you? What's hindering you in this situation? The work that you've put in. Now, this could be about putting work into relationships as well. So this could be about the work that you've actually put into another relationship with another person. Have you been making a lot of effort in relationships, or making a lot of effort whenever you're dating someone or getting to know someone? It's you that's sending the messages. It's you that's inviting them out on dates. It's you that's putting that effort in. Could be that. What's crossing you is the Fool here. So this isn't particularly good energy in that crossing position, because there's a certain naiveness and there's a willing to take risks that maybe you shouldn't take here. I've got this feeling that what this is saying is you've put the work in, so don't just get in relationship with anyone. Be a little bit more choosy. Don't be the fool. Don't just jump into anything head first kind of thing. You've got to look before you leap there, and based on the work that you've put in, like, gain the wisdom from that. How can you recognize the relationships that aren't going to be right for you? Don't be a fool about it. You've got to use your wisdom that you've gained. Now, how does it all appear on the surface? So how are things looking for our crystals on the surface of all of this? King of Cups. Somebody loves you. On the surface, it looks like somebody loves you here, or you're focused on someone that you really love. Now, this person, they may not be all... They may be very emotional, or you might have a strong emotional bond with them, so a lot of feeling about them, they've got a lot of feeling about you. But the King of Cups isn't necessarily the one that can put that into words and express those feelings. So we might have a situation here where those feelings aren't being expressed, and we might have a situation here where you're putting all the work in and doing the expressing and they're not as well. What's really behind that? So it appears like there's love here, but what's really behind that? Is the Four of Pentacles. Someone's holding back here. Someone's holding back. Someone's withdrawing their energy. Someone's guarded themselves. They could even be holding on to the money here as well. Kind of a little bit miserly. Someone's holding back here. Crystals. So even if the love is there, even if that feeling is there, it's not necessarily being expressed. What's really behind that is the holding back. There's something that they don't want you to know. And it could be something about money. It could be something about a financial situation, because I'm really picking that up. House, guarding it, guarding something that they've got. Especially if you're putting the effort into somebody here, or a situation. If you're the one getting in touch with them, they're holding back. They're not being present and coming forward with it because they've got some worries about sharing the space, their money, their property, something like that. It's hard to read this energy, so they're being quite very guarded about it. So this situation, you're kind of naively putting the work in based on a feeling. It appears that they love you too, but they're holding back some energy there for fear of a financial position that they're in, losing that, or they don't want to share, because I know I'm just getting a miserly thing from that. It's not the miserly card, but I'm getting it from that. It could be someone who is kind of, they've got a lot of feeling, but they don't want to express it because they want to get secure in their financial foundations first. They could be in a situation, maybe a work situation, job situation, or previous relationship situation where they haven't sorted the money, a financial thing out. So that could be, so you might be putting the work into a relationship here, wondering why they're not reciprocating, but you kind of keep on doing that, keep on taking the risk to do that. You're like, well, the love's there and the feeling's there, so how come this isn't going on? There's something that they're not telling you because they're not expressing it. They're not telling you that they've got some fears here around the financials or the property, something like that. Okay, so what is the energy for crystals in the past, the recent past? What's the energy in the recent past for crystals? 10 of Wands and the Four of Cups. So you've been disappointed a kind of a lack of an offer coming in. It feels like someone's really taking the time here, but keeping you strung along in a way. I don't feel like this person's stringing you along. I feel that they've just got some fears and they're not speaking up about what the fears are. Got some burdens to put down. So there's some burdens to put down here, and that's you, because you're here putting all the work in. You need to put some of that burdens down. Let them be reciprocal. Like, you make a move and then you sit back and wait until they make a move. And you might not want to do that because you think, well, they're not going to. Well, if they're not going to, they're not going to then. But if you give them space, then they might do. If you keep on filling that hole for them, then they're not going to come forward. They'll let you do that. So just be careful of that. You need to put those burdens down. Now, this could also be about them putting their burdens down as well. The burdens that are causing them to be guarded like this, to hold their energy back. It's very disappointing because the offer isn't coming in. The offer that you're waiting for here. So the Four of Cups is saying you're disappointed. You've been disappointed. But you need to put those burdens down. It's not yours to carry here. Not all of yours to carry anyway. Carry your part in things, but don't carry their part in things. What's coming in the near future? The Moon. Uncertainty. More of the same uncertainty. You're just not sure. And the more you ask them for that clarity, ask or try and get them to move forward, the more they're going to pull away with this energy as well. So much unknowns there with the Moon card. The Moon, it doesn't shine brightly. It shines a little bit so we can kind of see, but there's so much that's hidden in the shadows with the Moon. We can think that we see things there that aren't really there, and those shadows, they can dance and make us afraid, and it's just so much uncertainty with the Moon. There's so much unknown. So much unknown. I think really you need to wait for your person to come forward with the full truth here. That's what it seems to me. So what is this reading also about? But remember, the reading is all about the work that you're willing to put in here, the work that you're willing to put in, and you're getting the results back from that. Now, when I'm talking about the work that you're willing to put in, it's the work in yourself, right? It's the learning in yourself. Not necessarily the work that you're willing to put into a relationship, because that can often be codependence, right? The work that you put in for yourself, the self-love stuff, is more likely to have you holding more back from a relationship and making sure that it's truly reciprocal, giving them space to make a step forward towards you and make a move towards you. A more balanced relationship like that. Anyway, let's find out what this reading is also about. I'm going to take all four of those. 5. Maybe not. No, I'm going to take those 2. So this is also about the Ace of Pentacles, wanting a big offer. So you see this relationship, or this possibility of a relationship, as the big one, like that you want the big offer from them. You want it to grow into something. You see the potential of it. Ace of Pentacles, you want the new start with them. 6 of Swords. Look at this card. It's beautiful. This deck is just beautiful. 6 of Swords. You feel like this could be resurrected. Not resurrected, but the 6 of Swords is the coming out of the choppy waters. Is about getting to a better place. So you see potential in this relationship. You know it could grow into something here. It very well could do as well. So see how the anchor there is attached to a star. So your dreams and your wishes, you're somewhere in that moonlight, in between the unknown area, between anchoring those wishes in. The anchor isn't yet in that water or on that ground to anchor it in. Floating somewhere in between. So this is the in-between part of this relationship. It's not anchored in yet, but you're hoping that it's going to be a big offer coming in. There's that. So what are your fears? What are your fears in this situation? Your fears. The crystals. What are crystals' fears? Page of Wands. So you're fearing it's just kind of a lusty kind of an offer. So you're fearing that this King of Cups could just be on that player kind of a level, or it just be about the physical attraction here. You worry that they are coming forward just with that energy rather than this big offer energy. Maybe you've been fooled like that before. This Fool card is causing you problems here of your willingness to get into relationships without seeing it clearly first. It's also about the Two of Swords, about a decision not being made, about, there's just never having clarity about this, it fizzling out. Maybe you've had people that ghosted you before, they just disappear. Just to disappear off the face of the planet, or so it seems, and you never find out what it was about. You've got this heavy hat on your head, so much so that you can't even see anymore. And you're worried that it's just not going to eventuate, or they're going to disappear like someone else did, and you just don't get to not just get closure, but find out what the hell it was all about in the first place. So 2 worries there. There is so much unknown here, isn't there? It feels to me like you're taking a chance on a relationship here, putting some work in, putting plenty of work in. What are your hopes? Your hopes are the 8 of Pentacles. Your hopes are that the work that you're putting in here is going to be paid off. You're going to reap the rewards from that if you keep on going with it, it is going to pay off. So you're willing to put this effort in, and you're hoping that it's going to pay off. Okay, so let's find out your outcome cards, and then I'm going to get you some bonus cards out as well from the Lenormand deck. Okay, that's a good outcome card out first. Let's get some more out. We've got any more outcomes let's give some more clarity for crystals. One more for the outcome. There we go. So yes, a very good card out first for the outcome. Okay, yes. You're going to be happy with those. I'll reveal those in the extended. Now let's get you some bonus cards out. I'm going to use this Lenormand, The Dreaming Ways, a new deck that I've got. I unboxed it in today's Psychic Cafe show. It's so new how to get it open. But I'm just feeling to get you some more cards out of this deck. Okay, so some bonus cards for crystals. The Moon. So much unknown about this, right? And that must be driving you crazy. That kind of an energy. So much unknown about it. One more. The Ship. Again, it's that 6 of Swords kinds of an energy. It's the movement that is happening. There is movement happening. It could appear to be really slow, but still so much unknown here. What else? What else for crystals? Two. House and a coffin. Okay. So we could be talking about stability here, and especially around the financial stuff. So this could be someone that you do have this solid connection with, this Ace of Pentacles, that is going to be big. They want those solid foundations, right? But they're holding something back at the moment. Coffin, they're taking a retreat at the moment. They're kind of hiding from expressing that, from telling you about it. And it could be for the solid foundation. So it could be that they see a solid connection with you here, but they know that they need to have those solid foundations. So if that sounds like it is your story, or could be your story, you want to know what these cards are for your outcome, and you want to know all of the other details as well, I'm going to get my other decks out, my love decks out for the extended reading. I'm going to go into how this might all play out with possible timelines. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. It's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch thing. So you do need to get your email address right, otherwise you're not going to receive it. So type it in very carefully. It might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Promotions folder is a Gmail thing, so do check in there. And in that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on the crystal on a device where you can open PDFs and view them. And in that PDF, you'll see some information about the reading. You will see a special free gift in there, and you'll also see a picture of a video. Click on the picture of the video, and you can watch it from there. If it doesn't work, if it doesn't take you to a video, then just open it on a different device and it will work. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. It really helps my channel out. Thank you to all my subscribers for your ongoing support of my channel. You're all very much appreciated. Thank you so much. I love what it is that I do here, and I hope you're loving it too. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider clicking that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I do 3 of these pick a card reads, love readings a week. I do a daily energy update for the collective, and I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show, which I'd love to see you in and give you a mini reading there. So come along to that sometime. So if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the flower and the Muse Tarot, then this one's for you. Let's do this full Celtic cross spread for you. We're pulling some bonus cards out as well. Now, as usual, flowers, there's going to be a deeper dive to this, an extended reading that goes with this. So if you find that this is your story, could be a story, you might want to get that. In that one, I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic cross spread. I'm also going to pull all of the romance cards out for you as well to get more information. And I'm going to go into how this might all play out along with possible timelines. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, you'll see a link that pops up there. You can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below as well. So let's find out the story here. What's going on for you guys, flowers? What's going on? 4 of emotions. The offer isn't coming, Cara. You can't see the offer yet. You know it's on its way. But you're a little bit disappointed here because you can't see it. You know, the 4 of emotions. There is an offer coming. There's a love offer coming here. But it's not apparent, or it's taking its time to come. It's a little bit disappointing, this energy. Let's find out more. So what is crossing you in this? What's hindering you? Something to let go of, and it's significant as well. There's something to let go of. Now, I'm just hearing that for some of you, this is about codependency. This is about you taking responsibility for people in relationships and doing too much within the relationships, and you've got to stop doing that. So the offer's not going to come in while you've still got that going on, because the universe is going to shield you from that. It's not going to give you the right person, or if it has given you the right person, they're not going to be available to give you an offer until you're ready, and you won't do that thing that you usually do, because the universe is not going to let you mess this one up. So, it's pretty big. It's about patterns that you've had in your life. You can have this rebirth. You can have this love offer come in, this one that you're waiting for. But there's something to sort out first, and it's significant what you need to sort out first. So that's what's crossing you. So how do things look on the face of it? Let's see. How's this looking on the face of it? How does it appear? The Empress. So you are going from strength to strength. You are loving yourself. You're empowering yourself. You've put that work in that kind of way. Good for you. Good for you for doing that. And so there's a lot of self-respect here. That's how it appears on the surface anyway. A lot of self-respect there. And it doesn't just appear that way. I do feel like you have been putting that work in. Still is a significant ending though. Let's find out what's below that then. What's really behind that? The Empress. What's really behind that? So you've got your standards high. You're really loving yourself, respecting yourself. You're not just going to settle for anything. What's behind this? What's behind the Empress? The Empress is the divine feminine as well. Muse of emotions, the 7 of inspiration, and the 8 of emotions. So there's an emotional attachment to release is what's behind that. So there is something left. So the Empress, yeah, you're almost divine feminine. You've almost done all the work, kind of thing, that's necessary to get into this relationship, but it's still, as of yet, elusive to you. The universe won't let you get into it yet. It's holding it back from you for good reason. There's an emotional attachment for you to walk away from first. An emotional attachment. So, I don't know, it could be someone in particular, an ex or something like that. Or it could be an idea of something. And you're emotionally attached to. So, you know what I mean by an emotional attachment? It's those things that we cling to, the ideas that we cling to sometimes in lives. You might have an idea of something that you want in this relationship or for this relationship that isn't actually aligned with it, but it's something that you're attached to because you've got a fear. So, for example, an example of this could be something like, if you'd had struggles in previous relationships, say financially, then you might be clinging to the idea of someone in particular, or someone that has a lot of money, so that you don't have those worries anymore. And it could be you're clinging to an idea like that isn't a fit for this. You don't need to decide things from fear in that way. You can trust a relationship that's right. Trust the universe to bring you someone that's right for you, especially if you're in this self-respecting Empress state. If you're in this Empress state, truly in it, you're going to bring an Emperor in, right? So you don't need, the Emperor can just be solid and trustworthy and all of those things. You don't have to go an Emperor, but the Emperor must have this and that because I'm worried. Yeah, it's that you need. It's that emotional attachment that you need to step away from. So you're putting contingencies on it. Now, I'll give you another example of this. It could be that you are, how can I put this nicely? No, right, not just nicely. Your biological clock could be ticking. And you might be wanting to get into a relationship right now because you've always wanted children. And there could be an emotional attachment to that, to time running out, to that fear thing going on that has you wanting to get into this thing right now. And that emotional attachment needs to be released because you don't have any worries there. If something is meant for you, it's going to come in. It's going to come in. It will play out. There's a need here for you to trust the universe more. You're almost there with this Empress energy. You really are, but there's something kind of fundamental, and it's something that you've got a belief in, that you're emotionally attached to and you're clinging to, that is not a match to this relationship. So that's why that offer is kind of being held back from you there. It's significant. It's a significant thing that you need to let go of here, that death. So it's something that is really important to you, and it's not in alignment with this relationship. I feel like there's something even better coming from it though. So if it's the money thing, it's not even important because you're going to, I don't know, you Emperor and Empress get together and then they create something truly abundant. It's not a big a deal as you think it is. There's something better kind of come about. You need to trust the universe on this. Now what else is behind this is this Muse of Emotions, King of Cups, the Seven of Inspiration, revealing their feelings. There's a reveal of the feelings that isn't happening here. So you're not only letting go of this idea that you're emotionally attached to, that seems to be very important to you. They are getting over a fear of revealing their feelings. They've got a fear of revealing their feelings to you because, I'm getting very specifics here, because previously they were in a relationship where they revealed the feelings, they were open, like open-hearted, Muse of Emotion stuff, revealed the feelings, and then it was used against them afterwards. That was used to manipulate them, and it left them raw, emotionally raw, used, that feeling of being betrayed and used. They've got a deep heart wound because of that. Now, as a result of that, in subsequent relationships from that big heart trauma that they've had, it really hit home, like someone used all of the vulnerabilities and the deepest feelings against them. That's hard stuff right there. Now, it's not that they're not going to reveal it, they will, but it's just that they make sure they need a certainty about you. If this person is taking their time, it's because they're deeply wounded and they're wary. They need to make sure about you first. So they could be finding out about you. They could be watching you intently. They might be getting to know each other very slowly. That love offer just isn't coming in from them. They're not revealing their feelings yet because they're just so scared. But they will. They will. And so as you are releasing that, they're releasing this, or they're getting to know you so that they've got more confidence in you. So it's not that they think that you're dodgy or anything like that and you're going to trample all over them. It's just that they are more wary than anybody because of the experiences that they've been through. It takes them, they're more careful about who they let in, is what it is. And it just takes them longer than other people to be sure. But once you're in, is what I'm hearing. So it's not that they don't respect you, and it's not that you haven't put that work in or anything like that. It's not that at all. We're just more careful. And you might have noticed that about your person. They're more careful than others. They might have a smaller Mercury's in retrograde. A smaller friendship group than most people. They might keep more private. If you look at the social media, they might not have many friends on there. They are wary of who they let in as a result of what they've been through. So recent past in this connection, what have those energies been about? Queen of Materials. So you've been sorting out your abundance, very much independent kind of thing. That could be hold you in good stead there. So that's the divine feminine side of things. This is really good energy. Empress and Queen of Materials. You're doing really well. Flowers. And I think that the masculine, divine masculine, needs to see this, needs to see you in the Empress mode, needs to see you in the Queen of Materials mode there, being very stable so that they can trust you. That's what they're doing. They're watching. Near future. What's coming in the near future? Five of Voices, some chaos and conflict. Yikes. Can you give me some clarity on that? Okay, what's the chaos and conflict about? What's it concerning? Ten of Materials, the foundations, housing, that kind of thing. Money, housing, how we're going to do this, how we're going to share things. Chaos and conflict is coming in about that. Oy. The happily ever after, but it's the tangibles in that. It's the location or house. There's going to be a bit of conflict about that. Okay. What else is this reading about? We know that it's about this love offer is taking its time to come in, and it's kind of disappointing you. What is it also about? It's about the Wheel of Fortune, about the world. So about fate getting involved here, and it's to do with completing cycles first. You guys, you don't need to have completely healed yourselves, right, of this stuff. They've been through what they've been through. They've learned to be guarded and be selective about who they let in. That's a good thing, right? I think we all learn that. Maybe not to the extent that they have. We don't need to go through the extreme trauma that they've been through, and it's a big one that they have been through. But we all learn that. We learn discernment, don't we? We learn to be more empowered and have more boundaries. That comes with wisdom. So it's not that they're going to be free of that and be completely healed, nor will you be completely free of those emotional attachments that you've got, but you can become more aware of it, right? So fate is getting involved, and it's about these cycles completing. So you've both got like inner work to do to get there, to get to this love, to be ready for this love offer coming in. Fate's getting involved. In other words, the universe is on this. It's driving you both toward it. So if you think like they might just give up and not do it, no, the universe is shoving them and it's shoving them and it's shoving them. Now, likewise, it's shoving you as well. So that emotional attachment that you've got, you're going to get in reminder after reminder after reminder. Pay attention. Pay attention to the signs that come up. It will show you what that emotional attachment is, because it's significant. Death and rebirth, it's significant. It's something that you do not want to take into this relationship. It's not aligned with it. And there's a fear behind it. What are your fears? Waiting forever. Oh, that they're not going to reciprocate, that you're going to be the one that has to put more effort in, or you're going to be the one that's the provider. Because you're the Empress and the Queen of Materials. So you're worried that they don't have what it takes to provide for you, to be reciprocal. You're thinking you're going to be more abundant than them, kind of thing, or the one that's taking more responsibility than them or something. Fears of that it's going to be unreciprocal. You might have experienced unreciprocal relationships, or relationships with a lack of reciprocation previously, or you've been the capable one, the abundant one, and all of that, and so you're worried. Now that could be it. That could be the emotional attachment here, because that first example was about money that I said. It could be about that, and so you might be, they're worried that you may be manipulative like their ex was. You're worried that maybe they're going to have no money and be bludgeon off you like your ex did. It's that kind of thing going on here. So the emotional attachment very well could be about money. But you're worried about waiting forever as well. You're worried about this wait. It's like, well, if they're not stepping forward now, if they're not taking a chance on this, does this mean that they aren't in it? Are they, or they're not tapped into the intuition, or they've not been doing the work on themselves? So all kinds of fears are coming up for you when you are giving meaning to the wait, to the waiting that you're doing. You're giving meaning to the wait. Yeah, that's where your fears are at. What about your hopes? What are you hoping for here? I knew the sun was going to come out. That's why I kept on shuffling after that card came out, because that one was coming out and I knew it. I could feel it in the energy. Anyway, I'll take it. Yeah, you're hoping for the sun to come out, for things to be revealed, for it to come forward, for that light, the reveal. You're hoping for the reveal. And also that your intuition, you're hoping that your intuition is right. So you've got an intuitive hunch about this person, that they're your person. And you're hoping that comes true, and it all gets revealed and it all works out, and you want it pretty damn soon as well, because you have your fears there about that, Temperance, about waiting. So let's get your outcome cards out, and then I'm going to get you some Lenormand cards, some bonus cards out in this video read before we get into the extended. So what's the outcome here? Okay, let's get some more outcome cards there to get a complete picture of your outcome. There we go. So that isn't that good a news for you, but that is better, and that's even better. Okay. So we've got quite the story there in your outcome cards. Let's get you some Lenormand cards. So this is a new deck that I've got. I did the unboxing today in Psychic Cafe show this morning, and it's the Dreaming Way Lenormand. So let's use this one to get you some bonus cards out here. Tell us more for flowers. What else do they need to know about this? Mice. Tending to the details. Turning to the little details. I'm getting this like chop wood, carry water, kind of just keep on going, keep on tending to the details, keep on tuning into what's been shown to you, deal with whatever's put in front of you. Like, just keep on with the small stuff. What else? What else? Tower. The tower in the Lenormand isn't the tower, same as the tower in the tarot. Tower in the Tower is about things falling apart and a surprise. The Tower in the Lenormand, it's about structures. It's about doing things the right way. It's about building things on solid foundations. It's a very sturdy kind of thing. So you've got a very solid connection here. And that doesn't surprise me because you're showing up as the Queen of Materials here in the Emperor. So you're putting that work in and you've got that very solid footing here. You've got the Ten of Materials coming in. Sure, a bit of chaos and conflict about it, but you know, that's life, isn't it? But you're showing up as this very solid energy, and yeah, them too in the solid energy. But you've also got the child out here, so there could be children involved, and like I said, there could be a factor here about your biological clock ticking for some of you. That is a factor here. Or we could be talking about blended families, but there's children involved. That could be details that need to be sorted out. That could be another reason why they're guarded as well if they've got kids. And you've got an anchor. So this isn't anchored in yet. It's not been brought down to earth. So you've got your wishes, and then you've got those wishes being anchored into reality. You're somewhere in between that at the moment. You're somewhere in between the wish and the manifestation right now, and really locking it in. Just keep on with those small details. Keep on building those foundations. There's more to this than is apparent. There's more that I feel like I'm talking to you, a very solid person here. You know yourself, you put the work in kind of thing, and your person is like that too. And so you're both going to get into this more slowly than other people would as a result of that. But it's going to be very firm. You're going to anchor this in. But there's more details to be sorted out along the way. So there you go. If that sounds like it is your story, could be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive. I'll reveal those outcome cards in the deeper dive. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's a link in the description box and in the comments below. It's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. Happy Chinese New Year. Setting the firecrackers off everywhere on this island today for that. So yeah, it's an instant watch, that deeper dive, and so you do need to get your email address right. Please type it in very carefully, otherwise you're not going to receive it. And the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Promotions folder is a Gmail thing, so do check in there if you're on Gmail. Once you find the email, you will see that it's got a link to the crystal, to the flower, and the shell. You click on that flower on a device where you can open PDFs, and open that PDF. It's got some information about the reading. It's got a special free gift in there, and it's got a picture of a video. Click on the picture of the video. If it doesn't take you to the video, then just open it on a different device, on a computer or other phone or something like that, and you should be able to get to that. And so, thank you for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. I'd love to know about this connection and what resonated with you in this reading as well. Thank you to all my subscribers for your ongoing support of my channel. You're all very much appreciated. If you're not a subscriber already, please consider clicking that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I do a daily energy update every single day of the year. I do 3 of these bigger card love readings a week, and I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show. I'd love to see you in there and give you a mini reading there, so come along sometime. You'll see it lying in waiting on my YouTube channel, so you can see what time it is for the next show, and you can also click on a set a reminder there as well, so you can be notified when I do go live. So there you go. Thanks again for watching. If this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the Shell and the Starchild Tarot, then this one's for you. Let's do this full Celtic cross for you about your love life. Now, as always, Shells is going to be a deeper dive and extended reading to go with this. In the extended reading this time, I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic cross spread. I'm going to pull cards, some of my romance cards as well. All of the romance cards, in fact, to get you more information about this relationship and you. And I'm also going to go into how this might all play out, along with possible timelines. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's a link in the description box and in the comments box below as well for that deeper dive. So let's get you some cards out and do this full Celtic cross spread for you. with the Starchild Tarot. So what's this reading all about for shells? What have they got going on in their love lives at the moment? What's this reading all about for shells? It's about the lovers. Well, we know that. So you could be in a significant relationship or got your eye on someone. Very loving connection there. And about the Ten of Crystals. So it's the happily ever after, but this is firm foundations kind of thing. It's the Pentacles, happily ever after. So it's the living together. It's the marriage. It's that kind of thing. Having a family together. It's not just a feeling. It's not just being together. It's not just being in love and the emotional fulfillment of the heart. It's the full shebang. So we're talking about a very significant connection here. Lovers. We could also be talking about a choice here of whether you want this full shebang with your person. So do you want the everything with them? Let's find out. What's crossing you? So what is hindering you in this connection? Shells? What's standing in your way? What's hindering? Seven of Wands. So there's fears here. There is unknowns, there is worry, there's doubt, there could be like this is an emotional roller coaster because I'm getting a feeling of apathy sometimes. You could be changing how you're feeling. You're not emotionally stable about it at the moment. And so sometimes you're feeling really good about it, like, yeah, this is on. And sometimes you could be like, should I be doing this? Should I be moving forward in this? Is this truly what I want? Just fears, a lot of fears coming up here. Emotionally all over the place about it. That is what's crossing you there. That's what's hindering you. So there's not any emotional clarity about this in you of whether you actually want this to move forward. Or if you do want it to move forward, if you're like you're 90% there, the fears and the worries and the doubts are coming up. So how does it look on the face of it? The situation, the sun, happiness on the face of it. Absolutely. So you're very happy with each other. Your inner children are very happy. Like this could be happily ever after, is how it appears on the face of it. But what's really behind that? What's really behind that? The Hierophant and the Seven of Crystals. The Hierophant is about commitment. And the Seven of Crystals is about tending to the environment for that commitment. So there's work that needs to be put in for this commitment to happen. So wouldn't we just love it if it was like this? If what was on the face of it, this happiness was true. And it could just be so easy, you know, like skipping off into the sunset, you know, with your person. But no, there's some work to put in here. There's some tending to the environment to do. I'm already picking up, well, because of that Seven of Wands, I'm picking up that there's some emotional work to do for you, especially. The emotional roller coaster you're on at the moment is showing you what work needs to be done. The Seven of Crystals there. But this could also be about work required for the commitment. So to get to the Ten of Materials, there could be work to be done, financial stuff, or setting yourselves free from exes. It could be about, you know, sorting your stuff out. If you're going to move in together, it could be about buying a property or something like that. There's just the stuff that needs to be sorted out. The environment needs to be tended to for a commitment to happen. Could be talking about divorce. We could be talking about, there's all kinds of things, but it's practical stuff, it's material stuff, and emotional stuff that needs sorting out there. So, recent past. What's the recent past energy about this situation, this relationship, this choice of, do you want the happily ever after with them? Significant person. What's the past energy? The Four of Crystals. Holding the energy back. But it's for a kind of a solidity, a structured kind of a... So yeah, energy has been held back for it to be solid footing. I think someone's thinking about this union I think you both are thinking about this union very carefully. This could turn into something really big, this relationship, but it needs a solid footing. And so energy has been held back. So you might have just wanted to run off into the sunset with this person, of just be together and let's see how it goes. But no, this is going toward the 10 of crystals here. So there needs to be more than that. There needs to be a firm foundation laid. And that's what's in the past energy of having to hold back because of that. Having to hold your energy back because of that. Maybe you, maybe them, maybe both of you. So what's near future? What's coming in the near future for shells? The Tower. A surprise, a shock. Something falling apart. It's a surprise. It's mixed. It's not necessarily a bad surprise or a good surprise. It's mixed. There's a dual aspect to it. Expect a kind of a shocking advancement to come. The drama. Okay. What is this reading also about? So this is about a choice to be made of whether it is that you want this firm commitment, this happily ever after in the very tangible form of like living together or putting your lives together kind of thing. So it can actually happen. It's also about the 8 of Wands. It's about releasing restrictions. Someone's tied down at the moment, huh? Someone's tied down at the moment, whether to a certain property, a certain location, maybe another relationship for some. But someone's got a restriction on them at the moment. That's what needs to be tended to. It's one of the things that need to be tended to anyway. Another thing is the fears involved in it. That needs to be tended to at the same time. So we're talking about dual aspect thing. There's stuff that needs to be done individually to release fears and also to get yourselves prepared for the actual practicalities, the pentacle side of things, to actually living together and merging your lives together. What are your fears? High Priestess. Your fears are about your intuition. So you could be, your imagination might be going wild at the moment, and sometimes we can think it's our intuition. Sometimes, yeah, I just feel like you're on this roller coaster at the moment. Sometimes imagining that it's all going to be great, and then next you're like, oh, I'm fooling myself. So your fears are that your intuition is off, that your pick is off, that are you choosing the right thing? Are you getting this right? Or are you fooling yourself? Is it not your intuition? Is it something else? That's what your fears are. It's kind of natural to have those kind of fears, especially if you're an intuitive. I mean, I do readings for myself, but I can't always rely on my readings for myself. You know why? Because when we're doing readings for ourselves, it's so easy to read into it what we want to read into it. So we can't be... It is for you too, watching these videos as well. You hear into it what you want to hear into it, you know? Or you choose the ones, you watch all 3 of them and then choose the one that you'd like it to be. So be careful of that. That's your fears. That your intuition or your picker is slightly dodgy there. What are your hopes? The Moon. A depth of feeling and the 6 of Wands. Victory. You want this to be a deep connection. You want the things that are hidden away to be revealed. You want the unknowns to be revealed. The Moon card. You want this depth of feeling with this person. You want it to be a victory. You want this one to work. You do. Really feel that. There's a deep wish to want this one to work. This time. This is a good choice for you, isn't it? I feel like it is a good choice for you, this relationship. Make sure you've got compatibility and it's not just based on feeling. You know, you want the same things, you're at the same stage of life, that kind of thing. Make sure it's compatible. Maybe that's what you're doing at the moment, because it's very earthy energy with the Hierophant there and the 10 of crystals. So let's get you some outcome cards out, Charles. Let's see what the outcome of this situation is. And then I'll get you some bonus cards out. I'm going to use my new Lenormand deck for your bonus cards in this video read. There's your outcome cards. They kind of chunk themselves out there in one go. Chunked. Let's put that there. Okay. Right. Okay. You've kind of got mixed cards out there for the outcome, but you need to know about all of them there. So let's put those there and get you some bonus cards out. So I'm using this new Lenormand deck that I've got, which is the Dreaming Way Lenormand. And I just want to get you some more cards out to get more, just bonus cards here. What else can we tell Shells? Bouquet. So you're going to be receiving, this is a romantic connection. You're going to be receiving gifts, flowers maybe, an offer. There's definite offer on the table here. You've got a ring. Yes, we've got commitment all over this reading. And look at that ring. It's got the happily ever after on it. So there you go. Commitment. Let's get one more. Two more, I was just told. Let's get two more for you. Tell us more about this connection. So there's things to be cut away first. Yeah, so there's restrictions. There's something to be cut away first. Still some work to do to get into this union. What else? Man. Now, what I'm getting from this card here, the man card, is this. It's Divine Masculine. It's the Divine Masculines to do most of this. So, to do most of it. No, I'm not saying that right. It's his turn. It's the masculine's turn in this connection to come forward with this. So, Divine Feminines, it's not, don't pursue this, don't chase, don't come forward, don't be the one that's taking action on this. Leave it to the Divine Masculine to do it. That could be that the Divine Masculine has to cut something away first. Could be the Divine Masculine that's in this kind of restricted kind of an energy. Wow. There you go. So if that sounds like it is your story, or could be your story, Shells, then you might want to get the deeper dive. In the deeper dive, I'm going to reveal these outcome cards here and the story behind that, because we've got a bit of a story going on in the outcome. I'm going to get more of the relationship cards that I've got out to get further clarity on all of this, and then we're going to find out how this might all play out with possible timelines. So if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below as well. It's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to get your email address right, so type it in very carefully, otherwise you're not going to receive it. Now that email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. If you are on Gmail, is the promotions folder, so do check in those places. In that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. You click on that shell on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, you'll see some information about the reading. You'll see a special free gift in there, and then you'll see a picture of a video. Click on the picture of the video. If it doesn't take you to a video, then just try it on a different device and you'll be able to watch that. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. I love hearing from you guys. Really helps my channel out too. Thank you to all my subscribers for your ongoing support of my channel. You're all very much appreciated. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider clicking that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I do a daily energy update every single day of the year. I do 3 of these pick a card love readings a week. I go live 3 times a week in my show called Psychic Cafe, in which I do general channeling, but I also give mini reads in there too. So come along sometime. You'll see that laying in wait on my YouTube channel for the next show, so that you can find out when it is in your time zone. You can click on set a reminder in there as well, so you get reminded and you can come along live, get a mini read from me. So thank you again for watching. Good luck with all of this if this is where you're leaving me. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly.